morning, everyone. Boom, new swag. Boom. It's not gold, it's not silver, but it's shiny. It's shiny. What's happening, everyone? What's happening? Good Sunday. Wherever you are, across the pond or in the great US of A. How's it going? I am Max, RHMax channel. I want to get a stream in today because I'll be off for a couple days. So I wanted to talk about a couple things. And whenever my guest shows up, come on, guest. Should be here in a minute. And possibly another guest too. Maybe it's just me today. I don't know. That'd be fine. I'm okay with that. I've been solo streaming a few times lately, so I'm actually pretty okay with that. I want to give a shout out, while we're here, to new HEX book, Second Crypto Revolution, by Mark Wild. I had him on the show for 100% Uptime last week, I believe. And he talked about it. He searched for, excuse me. Come on, voice. Search for RHMax, Second Crypto Revolution author, or check out this. I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. I'd like to talk more about it. Hopefully, my voice stays with us today. Not be annoying. He dropped it to $199. I think it's the cheapest price apparently on Amazon. So if you want to check out his book on RH ecosystem, as you can see here, $1.99 for the Kindle version, the ebook version, and then $20 for the other one. And if you do go in there and you buy it, you like it, you read it, you read it in some form or fashion, write a review, because those reviews help other people see it, and they want to buy it too. If you got no reviews, or you got 5 reviews, that's different than having 20 reviews from Hexicans who like the book and want to write an honest review about it. So encourage you to do that. It's so hard to write books. It really is. Like, I really respect people a lot of time, because I write blogs and stuff, right? And I know how much time and effort goes into that. And I'll talk about my Web3 and Hex blog here in a second. That should be released maybe tomorrow. We'll see if I get some work done today. I'm streaming today, and so when you're streaming, you're not working. So it's hard to code and stream at the same time, unless you're Dipcatcher. He's just he's amazing. Go check out the book. Whenever my guest gets here, he's got some other stuff he wants to talk about. See, the Watson Icosa yield, also pretty crazy. I'll throw that tweet up there. Also AMA, so drop whatever question you have, and I'll look at the chat here in a second. Wrong browser. I'm back. Let's see. Let's go to my tweet here. How long until 10K watts become $1 million JPEGs? If you've been watching the yield, if you've seen what's been going on the last few months, or just a couple months, I guess. I don't even know when Icosa launched anymore. It's all a blur. I think it was, I'm going to say, within 3 months ago. Crazy yield. That's what you get with true DeFi. You get positive feedback loops. You get things that are designed for price to go up. Like, what better ecosystem is this? I don't think there's all this complaining and like all this drama back and forth. Zoom out. If you're ever frustrated in an ecosystem with whatever's going on, zoom out and just soak up how awesome it is to be an ecosystem that values technology, price performance, good code. Hey, there's bugs every once in a while in the ecosystem. Stuff there has been not in Hex, but bugs do happen every once in a while. But it's not like critical security bugs, in the solid products that I like, at least. And of course, with all the stuff going on, it's just amazing. It always amazes me, and I'm really happy to be here, and happy to be. If you're staked or you got Watsa, I think somebody was saying you're already in principal. Yeah, Rip City was saying day 2, 1K Watsa already in profit. So it sounds like he's already got his principal back, and now he's getting interest off of that. Amazing. So it's good stuff. If you don't have any Watsas, give them away every once in a while. I got like 1 or 2 left, I think, something like that. So I think I may hang on. I may stop giving them away so much, because not because I want to keep them and I think they're awesome, but that's one thing. But I didn't get them to keep them. I get them to give back to the ecosystem. So I want to give them away. I'm just gonna spread it out a little bit farther. I was giving like 3 away at one time for a couple of streams, so that caught up with me, and it's just a lot harder to coordinate that one. So, anyways, if you are staked Hedron, Icosa, or you have Wattses that are earning yield right now, you are sitting pretty, my friends. You are sitting pretty. So, looks like our guest is here. Without further ado, Furu.
Hey.
Welcome to the stream.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Everyone's like, sloth. No, it's not Crypto Sloth. No, it is Furu. He is the best dressed person who is not a lawyer in the ecosystem. He does not give you financial advice. So do not ask him for financial advice.
Not legal advice.
Yes. No advice that could possibly lead anywhere in a negative pathway.
Just don't listen to me.
You know what? Just don't listen to any. There's a really cool clip from the movie Neighborhood Watch, I think, from a few years ago. Super underrated movie if nobody's seen it. But he's like, listen to his words, but hear my face. We do not give any advice that could get you wrecked. So, anyways, I'll say hi to the chat real quick because I've been ignoring them, waiting on Furu to come here and bring some awesome commentary around a couple topics here. What's up, UFO? Squirrels here. Monkey Magic. Love that name. Yeah, it's what we try to bring here. RH maximalism. I define it in a very particular way. So it's so I can be flexible enough to talk about other stuff that I think help the blue chips and everything like that. But yeah, I think generally people come here for their feel of RH stuff and what's going on in the ecosystem. RH Centerfold. Best dressed brother in crypto.
Oh, thanks,
man. UFO.
He's talking about you.
I don't know about that. I'm t-shirt. I'm t-shirt guy. I'm t-shirt and hat guy. Alec Baldwin. You will never not get the Alec Baldwin ones. Yeah, what was the on Tropic Thunder? He was like, that wasn't Tropic Thunder. I'm just in movie mode right now. I love movies. I especially the comedies of the 2000s and 2010s. And what was it? Get Into the Greek. Have you seen that one, Furu?
That's with Russell Brand. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
but I remember it was
so good. It's so good. So Russell Brand and Jonah Hill, and he's in the bathroom with he's with this girl, and she's like, "You look like oh God, I gotta look up who it is now. You look like Randy Quaid." and it's just like this older guy, and it's like not somebody you would want. It's not. She is given as a compliment, but it wasn't like this. Like he was, this situation just didn't fit. He's like, oh, maybe the younger brother or something like that. So, anyways, that reminded me of Alec Baldwin. Yeah, if it's late at sloth, sloths tend to be slow. That's true. Furu is the best dressed broadcaster in the HEX community. Man, between you and Maxim, I gotta say, I give it to Maxim. He wears the club tie pretty well.
Yeah.
But man, you got the Blazers, so it's hard to beat Blazers.
I'll take number two.
Number two works. I was making a joke about SPF earlier. Hard to get Wi-Fi on a plane circling international waters. And yeah, if anyone sees SPF, I'll send him a link just to get on there. We'll give him some real softball. Community really appreciates all he's done. All this
Twitter Spaces. They didn't let Richard into that the SPF Twitter. I don't know if they didn't let him, but he wasn't there. I wish he was there.
Let's get into that. Yeah. So the Twitter Spaces. Richard was there. I screenshotted his face. I watched it afterwards, and I saw that they were together. And apparently, they wouldn't give him the mic, or he got muted or something, which was weird. It's like he's right there beside Elon, but then he doesn't have the mic. And I know Elon didn't talk the entire time. But what is your take on the Spaces deal?
Oh, so I actually covered this earlier. That's why I mentioned it. I did a live stream.
Bring up your video, and we'll.
No, it's I figured it out. So you had Elon Musk was coming in for a space to discuss free speech, I think, because that's his big thing right now. He's Mr. Free Speech, and then Richard was one of the speakers, and he was a speaker when Elon was speaking, and then he was rotated like very, very quickly before he could get a word in. So everyone was thinking, what's going on here? What's up with this? Like, how come they didn't let Richard speak with Elon? So then, I don't know, you could check out KimDotCom's Twitter. He said that, I actually have this up. Should I read it to you? He said,
read it. Yeah.
Yeah, he said, why did so he said he screenshotted Richard Hart's tweet that said joins chat about censorship, get censored. And then Richard deleted it, I guess. And then Kim.com quoted it saying, why did Richard delete this tweet? Wasn't he complaining about censorship? No, so Kim.com responded. Elon said your fashion taste is terrible. He didn't want to be seen with you, not even on audio, laughing emojis. And then he said,
wow.
then he said, I like your eloquence and intellect, but you use every space to promote HEX instead of letting your brilliance shine. Kissy emoji with the heart. Your fashion taste is terrible. Get help. So I guess the question... Well, my thoughts on it were, first of all, that he doesn't get it, right? Kim.com doesn't get the outrage marketing. Like, we're not trying to do some sort of fashion thing. And then my other take was that the question is, did Elon Musk actually say, I don't want to be in a Twitter space with this guy? Because that would be crazy.
We're getting it from Kim.com, right? So it's not like, not questioning his character or anything, but it's secondhand information in general, and he's not exactly promoting the narrative of like why he's not on team Richard got censored. So we got to kind of take what he says like that with a grain of salt. Would Elon say that? Does he even have enough like time in the day to even think about like people outside of what's going on, and him just like talking about free speech on Twitter? I would say that I don't know. I don't know if I believe he said that or not. But that would be funny if he did. Like if Elon's actually thinking about Richard too. So
that's what I was thinking. Was he thinking about Richard? And a little bit. If he was, you can't really blame Kim.com that much. If like Elon's coming to your space and says, I don't want this guy, what's he really supposed to do? But it doesn't seem like he did, because I think if Elon told him that, I don't think he would have mentioned it. Right? Kim.com wouldn't say that Elon didn't want him around if Elon actually said it.
If he actually said, or if he actually didn't say it?
If Elon said to Kim.com, hey, I don't want this guy in here, you think Kim.com would publicly tweet that Elon said that? That would be like a breach of privacy.
I don't know if he would. I don't know because maybe he is someone who like kind of flashy and promotes all this stuff anyway. So I could believe that he'd be like, yeah. Maybe Elon said like 2 words like just me today. And he's like, oh hell, he doesn't want Richard to talk. I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
Could be. It's hard to speculate. Okay, here's why did Richard delete this tweet? Was complaining of censorship. Elon said your fashion taste is terribly dip. Okay. Maybe Elon was like, fashion tastes bad. And Kim was like, yes, sir. We can let me make sure to mute him. Like who knows, man? Who knows? That's crazy. Did Richard delete that tweet though? Because I saw it earlier this morning, but I think my client also gets deleted tweets because it doesn't refresh or whatever. Interesting. Going down the speculation rabbit hole of conversation between 2 juggernauts. One has 1 million followers, and the other that saves people's lives. So I prefer Richard. And I wonder, will he? I don't even think he'll address it, anyways. But there are no. Oh gosh. Oh Kim.
Because Richard did a space talking about how he doesn't want to. He felt kind of slashed because Richard, when he comes into your space, he's bringing 6,000-7,000 people with him, right?
Yeah.
So like, for example, I wouldn't be following Kim.com if not for Richard Hart joining his space. I don't know. I wouldn't be following Mara and Nowfall. So he's like, I gave you guys so much clout. Because really, it looks like they're giving him clout. But it's a two-way street because Richard may not have as many followers on paper, but if we're talking about real followers, like real engagement, Richard is probably double or triple Kim.com.
Oh, yeah.
And it's definitely. And now you're going to take away my opportunity to talk to Elon. I kind of understand why he felt slighted. He was, that's very unfair.
Honestly, I'm okay with just having the screenshot of them being beside each other in the same space. Like I saw that. I'm like, okay, I don't care if Richard talked or not. I'm okay with them being beside each other and having that, being able to market that. I mean, imagine the future things we can use just to say, hey, like he was in the same space as the other person. Maybe they'll talk again. Maybe I mean, nobody knows unless you actually watch the space. You don't even know if they talk together or not. Not that we need to misrepresent any of that stuff, but just them being together. I thought that was a win. I don't care if they even talked. Like Richard was beside Elon. 1 million people watched the space. I'm cool with that on marketing.
Yeah, it was a win, but I could have been more of a win. But
Definitely.
Kim pulled the rug. Kim pulled the rug.
UFO asks, explain to me why I need to care about KimDotCom. Well, he may be the key to more Twitter spaces where Richard doesn't get muted, since there's this. I mean, literally, I could see Richard taking this and be like, using it to just be, as more fuel to say, oh, censored. Got to talk the next one. These aren't fair, whether it's on Mario's Twitter space or KimDotCom's or whatever. I think, as everything, Richard will use this as a win and then turn it into something better.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit afraid that he's not going to go back on. And
Richard will go where the people are watching, so it doesn't matter how he's slided. He'll if he thinks he can get an audience and get more followers, he'll do it, and that's what he should do.
But he was kind of talking like he doesn't want to do it anymore. But the truth is, I remember.
No, I listened to that this morning. Yeah, I heard that this morning.
He got like. Do you guys hear the leaf blowers? I'm sorry. Oh my god. It's bad.
Well, is there not some I was gonna say, is there not some like ordinance we can enforce right now? That's all right.
No, but
they're fine.
I was just thinking that like he got so many followers so quickly just being in those spaces, because even though maybe KimDotCom and Mario aren't as big as him, there are a lot of big names that go in there and speak. Like Charles Hoskinson speaks in there. All the huge names. Elon Musk obviously is one of them, but huge names with huge followings come in that space, and he's gotten a lot of clout from it. So I don't know.
He'll be back. I don't think he's changing his Twitter Spaces strategy at all. I think he says, why do I do this? But he'll be back. He'll be in there, like anywhere he can get followers. Like he's even, he said before, I'll do an interview with anyone as long as you have an audience. And that's that's the most effective marketing technique that you could possibly do. He is putting himself 100% out there. And so no matter what happens, he wins. Either he gets more followers, he gets more likes, he gets more exposure. Again, seeing his name beside Elon Musk's name on a Twitter space with that many people watching, I'm okay with that being the start of something in the future. I don't buy that Richard's gonna be even if he says it. I think he's just I think it's marketing. But I caught the recording. What's his name? Hans. I saw that he uploaded on YouTube. I caught the recording this morning of where he talked about not want to do spaces again and read the books. He talked about Scivive, Fix the World, and stuff like that. Did you catch it last night?
No, I didn't catch it last night. I caught it this morning, and he was not happy. But you know what? It's funny. I just wanted to speak about what Kim was like making fun of him. He was making fun of his style, and I was thinking like it's precisely, he just doesn't get it. It's precisely because it's silly that he does it, and the proof is that you have 1 million followers, and you're spending your time, engaging him on Twitter and tweeting about him. So you are bringing attention to him, and you're completely missing the point. And another thing that Kim said was also that he promotes HEX too much. That's not true. Considering he's the founder, he talks about in these spaces like minimally in comparison to other founders in the spaces.
I think it's been pretty balanced. I've listened to a couple of this spaces, and I mean, he always gets it in, but it doesn't usually feel forced, and it's not like this, like, okay, now we're talking about HEX for an hour. It's like, okay, let me get this in so people know about it. I think it's okay. Somebody did cut him off the other day. I forget who it was. He started talking about how HEX solves this thing, and somebody cut him off. And I was like, they got you on that one. But
you can't disaggregate it. You're sometimes going to have to mention it when you're talking about cryptocurrency. And I guess he gets the double standard. But you know what? These people that are gatekeeping him, their followers are going to resent them so much when they see the future price performance. how I believe it's gonna unfold, and that's really gonna be very interesting to see. The same way you see people resenting people that were shilling them like influencers that were shilling them FTX links and Celsius and BlockFi links. Now to see that he was Richard was vindicated, I think you're going to see a similar thing play out where these people that are gatekeeping him, and right now they're looking like they're on top, and KimDotCom is making these laughy and kissy face emojis and stuff like that could lead to a lot of resentment from his followers that they gate kept such an opportunity for them.
Yeah, hopefully KimDotCom isn't swaying too many people to not listen to Richard because of his fashion choice. I think anyone who digs in it for 10 more minutes, they'll be like, oh, this guy's he's pretty good. He's pretty smart. Oh, he's rich. Oh, he's got this product. Okay. See. Looks like somebody I should pay attention to. Hex also says if Twitter changes display numbers of followers to the total, talking about bots and stuff, I wonder if that does happen and there's million follower accounts that turn into 250K accounts. It's not too crazy with the stuff Elon wants to change at Twitter.
Yeah, and I see a lot of accounts like David Gokhshtein has like 700,000 followers and gets like 20 people in his Twitter spaces, maybe 60 people. And KimDotCom has 1 million, and I mean, he doesn't get the engagement Richard gets. And then you have Jack Levin has like 350, 400,000, and he gets nothing close to it. So I think I don't know if it's bots. It could just be, like these people have one viral tweet and everyone's like, hey, I'll follow them, and they just never see them again. Like they don't really care. But the metrics are not really fair. I think maybe, I don't know.
Got a question from let's see. What was the question about? Something other than Twitter Spaces. After RHMax out, what's your guess on how long it'd be for V3? That's actually a good question. That was so. I think Richard just kind of gives updates. Like, I always imagine there's somebody, he hasn't talked about it, he hasn't said anything for a while, and there's like somebody poking him, like, hey, people are starving, please say something. I'd always imagine like the stick emoji with Bitcoin do something, but it's like, Richard, please give update of some sort. So they like wait till everyone's like super starving for it, and then he'll say something just very matter of factly like, there will be a testnet V3 before launch. And like, that's what I've been thinking for months now. Some people actually didn't think there would be like, oh no, it's ready, just test it. I'm like, we just changed the entire network to Ethereum 2.0. I'm 100% sure with my engineering like background, I'm 100% sure there will be another testnet to make sure there's no screw ups after we just made this huge turn to change the network to make sure there's less screw ups going on. So how long will it be? I don't know. What do you think, Fever? How long before V3 and we can get this party started?
Yeah, I don't know. It gets closer every day, but I don't know. I'd say quarter one 2023. I don't like making predictions because they're always wrong, but quarter two. Now quarter one V3 and then maybe quarter three PulseChain. How about that?
Wow, Q3 PulseChain. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I try to push everything out where I don't worry about it. But if I'm thinking V3, does him tweeting about it give me any extra tingling feelings? I tried to overcome it. I tried to not make that happen. But with this one, I was like, man, everything's set up. If a lot of people were calling this the bottom or near the bottom and all that stuff. I don't know. It feels like something's going to happen. It feels like something's going to happen in the next, month or two, like Q1, for example. I don't think anything's going to happen in December. I'll say that because it's just bad timing. It's like Christmas going on and holidays and people are going to be out. Like you don't want to be out and traveling when this thing launches where like stuff's going on where you're starting to, prepare, make whatever, switch stuff around, whatever you need to do. So I don't think that's going to happen. And even HEX launched December 2nd. It wasn't anywhere near Christmas for, relatively speaking. So I don't think anything's going to happen in December. Q1, I would think there would be a testnet in Q1. I don't know how I don't know what is stopping a testnet in Q1. My personal feelings, like what else are we waiting for in Q1? I don't see it. I don't think there's anything else to hang on to for that. And then mainnet, yeah, Q2, Q3. That sounds reasonable. Hopefully, Hopium isn't misplaced because I don't know. Everything seemed reasonable to launch mid-May, and it didn't. Everything seemed reasonable to launch in Q3 this year, but it didn't. So hopefully it's not misplaced. But yeah, it'd be nice. Q1, testnet V3, new year, new steam, new feelings. Everything dim feels are turning to the good side, and then yeah, maybe mid next year we have something.
Yeah, I like what you're saying. I couldn't have said it better. It always seems like it's gonna, like, there's no reason it shouldn't happen, but then it doesn't happen. But
I know. I think maybe I feel like we're running out of reasons why it shouldn't happen. Honestly, I'm just like, I don't know what else we're waiting for. Like, I don't know how much more the market's going to bottom. It could bottom some more, but like, seriously, we're not going down another 95%. I could, like, if we go down another 95%, look outside. Hopefully there's not like mushroom clouds or something. Like, what, like, how can, it's not even a thing. So yeah, we'll see. So what did you talk about this morning in your, what can we rehash from your earlier conversation 2 hours ago? Anything like you wanted to, like, talk about? I'll handle AMA and stuff too, but yeah, anything like super fascinating or like people need to know about this?
Well, so I talked about the Elon Musk, and then I talked about there was a Watcher Guru article. So Watcher.guru gets they have 1.6 million followers on Twitter. So I think it's a pretty big crypto news aggregator or blog, and they actually just had an article on HEX, and they said very bullish things. They talked about the pump, and they said it was because of the third birthday, and they said also that there are whales that are buying up HEX, like, and they didn't say like whales that were already or became whales because of HEX kind of thing. It was whales that were whales that now made an entry into HEX, which I think is very big because the whales are generally ahead of the curve, right? They know what people don't know, kind of thing. They're kind of in the know in ways that we're not, because they make prices. So if they're buying up HEX at these prices, I think that could even be a floor. I mean, are they going to let it go lower? Because it's like there's people like me that buy at certain prices, and then there are people like the whales that make certain prices. So I thought that was very interesting. And I also did note that. Oh yeah, what are your thoughts about that?
I was going to say, throw that link in the chat, and I'll pull it up as well so we can take a look at it.
Let me see. I got you.
Oh, that's yeah, I did not see that one, but I know every time Watcher does something. I did the first look series with HEX. Like, if I don't know anything about crypto and I look at HEX, what do I find when I Google? What do I find when I do this stuff? And Watcher.guru, they come up in the news feed on Google for HEX a lot, and they make a lot of nice looking news stuff happen. And before I was like, oh, what is this? Like, are they just some like random site, whatever? Like, why is this important that they're talking about HEX? And then I started doing the research as a new person, what I would find, and I saw, whoa, they're showing up everywhere when you look for HEX news and like a lot of positive stuff about that. So they are more valuable than I thought, for sure. Yeah. So I'm glad we can cover them. Let's see. So
I send you the link in the private chat.
Yeah, this is the one you sent me, right? The Twitter.
Oh, it wasn't the article.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't an article, but it's all right. I figured it may be on their Twitter, but
sorry.
If I just go to
that was completely. I got it right here.
Okay, I was gonna say find it, but
there we go.
Okay, that's the one. I figured it may be on their Twitter or on their front page too, but okay, here we are. This is why skyrocketing. So, and you were saying that the whales, it was because you think whales are buying it?
They think whales are buying it. I think they look on the chain. That's what's good. Doesn't really matter what I think.
It's true.
That's what's great, is that everything's on chain for HEX. It's the most transparent crypto.
Yeah, just reading through. Yeah, I did. I think I see that. I saw a bunch of 1 million HEX stake for for a while. I saw a bunch of those happening lately to go with this one. Well, I saw a couple at least on the whale HEX stuff. Third anniversary, massive whale entries.
Entries. That's the key word. Entries.
So you're talking about fresh new people who may have had HEX before, maybe they didn't, but they're putting new money into HEX. That's what this article's suggesting. Okay.
Yeah, right there under the picture. A large number of whales taking an entry position. I think that means that implies that, you know, maybe they're ETH whales, things like that, but they know what's up.
Whales are on a buying spree since Thursday. Combined purchase more than 43 million HEX. Okay, that's 30, a few $1 million, I think, $1 few $1 million worth.
Yeah. No, so what I said earlier was that so people are talking about the DO1 wallet that has 200 million HEX emergency end staked, and the thing about that is, so they're saying, okay, we could see more downside, and I'm not saying we can't see more downside, but people make it like it's such a given. But the reality is that with emergency end stakes and end stakes, that is a mechanism to see future HEX hitting the market for USDC, because, you know, if someone emergency end stakes, they're likely going to sell. But when it comes to buyers, you don't know which people are about to deploy, you know, 1,500,000. I mean, you know, 200,000, 300,000 USDC worth, you know, onto the market to buy HEX to purchase it. There's no way of seeing that. So everyone's always, it's like, yeah, of course there's going to be emergency end stakes, but there's also like maybe hundreds, if not thousands of people that are ready to buy at those low prices that you can't really see on the chain. You know what I'm saying? So it's like not that simple. That's why I stick to DCAing. It's like, it may go back down to 1 cent, but I remember at 2.5, everyone was saying we're going to 1 cent. And then there was this jump back to 3.2 because, you know, there were unknowns of these people that are ready to buy, you know, myself included, which you can't see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you've been watching the market, if you've been into HEX, I mean, outside of the new entries, just people who have been around the ecosystem and they've seen HEX go down so much and they see these prices and they think, you know, I imagine there's a lot of people who have dry powder for 3 cents. They have dry powder for, 1 cent. I mean, what aren't you selling? Like, look around your house, like look around your, like 1 cent HEX. I think there'll be, can you imagine the mega buys from whales who have dry powder who finally got their 1 cent HEX, if that happens? And then just the stuff that's happened recently with the new whale entries coming in when it's been hovering around 2-3 cents.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. And there's no mechanism to see it the same way there's a mechanism to see when someone emergency end stakes that they're about to sell. So people think it's such a given. Oh yeah, this thing unlocked. Like, yeah, but for every one of those, there's also people that see the price slippage and they're ready to buy. They're ready to really press that button too. You're not going to see that.
Exactly. Data center not up yet. V3 after that. I don't. Yeah, so the context is Alex from Hedron working on a data center for PulseChain. Do we know it's not up yet? I know he probably make a big announcement about it when it's fully functional, but do we know that it's not working now and he's just, tightening some stuff up for PulseChain, and it couldn't, come online really quickly? It's kind of like how much. I don't think that's would hold anything up, or I don't think Richard's like taking any dependencies on that. I think that's a separate thing, but it's definitely going to be good for PulseChain.
What exactly? I did see the video of him with that huge warehouse.
Yeah, so he's. Just from what I've seen, I've just seen the videos and heard him talk about it a little bit. But yeah, I think he's building something. When I talked to him this past summer, he mentioned building out maybe something like Infura for PulseChain. So Infura they give you like private or public nodes for being able to, how do I explain this? It's like you can get access to Ethereum node. For example, right now I'm writing some Web3 code to pull down some HEX stats and stuff. And I went to Infura's website, I registered for an API key so I can talk to an Ethereum blockchain node that they provide. And maybe it's got some extra bells and whistles. They make things easier, stuff like that. MetaMask uses Infura stuff by default, which recently is like, oh, privacy stuff. But there's a reason they do that. It's because, it just makes, transactions and things go a lot better in all these different technical ways. So what Alex is doing, it sounds like, if I had to speculate why this is a big deal, is that he's building that type of infrastructure, running some PulseChain nodes, stuff that will really be able to handle and scale a lot of the devs and applications and stuff for people to build on PulseChain and transact quickly and all that stuff. So it's kind of just, maybe you could frame it as fulfilling the mission of like high throughput and dev experience is good, and like providing just these resources for the ecosystem of PulseChain. So when it launches, full speed ahead. You want to build on PulseChain? Boom, you got, all the servers are up to like help you do all this stuff.
That's great.
Yeah, data center. So like I said, I don't think Richard's taking any dependency on that. I think it's a separate cherry on top deal that Alex is thanklessly going and doing. And he's got people in the community putting their money where their mouth is. Like these guys, smart people who have benefited. We imagine from HEX and Richard and all the stuff that he's done, and now they're like, all right, where's they want that next 10,000x within this ecosystem. They want that HEX price to go up. They're doing things to help make that happen.
Yeah, it's time to give back. Yes,
yeah, exactly. I mean, HEX is more than money too. Just the ideals. I mean, Scivive and all, Fix the World, all the books, just all the things that I can tell you that Richard's made me a different person I was 3 or 4 years ago, just by being that kind of passive mentor and like having this community and just being able to like soak in and to get that health, wealth, wisdom stuff. Like that's worth a lot more than even the HEX gains. And that's like, okay, first part, get smart. Second part, get rich and don't lose all your money. So like it's a win-win. RH won't release PulseChain's documentary release public. So again, my opinion is documentary is done and they're waiting on PulseChain. So it's the other way around. So like he'll release, I imagine there's some kind of coordination and they're just waiting on that text to be like live in 1 week or whatever. And I'm sure they're going to be much more on getting the pulse of things when testnet comes out. They're going to be more ready. But I think documentary, let's see, testnet, I don't know. Documentary testnet. I know if documentary gets released, then we know we're close. Like I think that's a signal. I'm not sure what order it's going to come in though. What do you think, Furu?
I mean, I'd rather it precede the launch because that'll get more eyes on it. It'll get more people to want to buy PulseChain. I mean, actually, you know what? Forget that. I missed the PulseChain sacrifice. Let's do it after the launch. But I'm saying
what is your objective? That's for the community.
That's for listen. I'm a man of the people. I'm here for the greater good. So I think it would be better to launch it first, so people buy HEX, and people are ready to buy. People are going to watch the documentary. They're going to want to buy PulseChain when it launches. So I think that would strategically be the better thing. But I don't know. What do you think?
I went back and forth so many different ways. I mean, you could say it's better that I think if it's around the same time, there's benefits. If one is before the other, there's benefits. I think there's no losing scenario, really. I think no matter if you launch the documentary after PulseChain, like it would be fine. If you launched it before it, it would be great. If you launched it after testnet, like right before launch, it would be great. I don't think there's any losing scenarios. And I think obviously Richard being the marketing genius, he is like 100 levels deep into this. He's already got the plan. Okay, this is how it's going to happen because this is the maximum effective marketing campaign for it to happen. What that is, I don't know, but I don't think he's going to screw that up. That's one thing Richard will not screw up is a launch and branding opportunity.
Yeah, so I guess based on what you said, maybe it's good to do before, but not too much before, because if it's like too much before, people could kind of lose the attention. How about that? Is that fair?
Yeah, it's got to be in the same time period. That's what makes most sense to me. It's got to be in the same month, for example, because maybe people see it, they want to buy HEX, like you said. They know it's coming. at the end of the documentary, I guess you can frame it like that. At the end of the documentary, what's it going to say? Is it going to say PulseChain coming soon, or give some sort of date or whatever? Is that going to be the cliffhanger to get people, into HEX and now they want to go into PulseChain because they've seen all the amazing stuff HEX did? Or is it going to be PulseChain launch, and then at the end of the documentary, if it comes out afterwards, they say, and PulseChain is live now, save yourself, all that stuff. It's hard to say. Whatever happens, I think we'll look back at the case study and be like, this is the perfect marketing play. Like whatever happens, we'll be able to use it as a case study. Just scrolling through. AMA guys, get your questions in. A lot of good questions / comments. You guys give us some stuff to talk about. I had a few things, but let's see what else. I was going to mention the web. Yeah, so I got a blog coming soon. I was coding before the stream. Actually, I was trying to get some of the Web3 HEX like test code up. So and Anvil.works is what Dipcatcher uses, and I've been working with him and Sloth on kind of looking at some of their sample code, coming up with my own deal to show people how to actually talk to the blockchain, talk to HEX, pull down some stats, make a website that does that with Anvil, all that stuff. So hoping I can finish today, and then maybe publish the blog tomorrow. If not finish today, then it'll be maybe mid next week. So look out. I'll drop my blog link in here real quick, just so you guys can keep a look out for it. But also, of course, I'll tweet it too. What else is going on? Forbes listed HEX.
Yeah, I did see that this morning.
Let's
no, the thing is, the real thing is that they listed it as it is. They didn't no funny business like other websites we know of.
Okay, I didn't know Forbes had a listing of crypto stuff. Okay, they listed it as is. So you're saying they didn't write Richard Schuler in here or something?
They didn't put it at 201.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Okay, what number is it? Does it say on here?
I don't know, but it has 3.97 for market cap. So 3.97.
Powered by Nomics.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, there you go. That's why.
Nomics. Nice partnership. Yes, that's why. Digital assets. Imagine if I click here, it'll take me to the listing. Where can see all dev? View all traded assets.
Oh, there we go.
DCX?
No, probably lower. That
haven't seen it yet. Oh, nice. What is this? Why do you not give me numbers? Is that like 5 plus 15? Are we 20? I guess somewhere through there. Why don't they put numbers here?
I'll take it.
Yeah, at least we're in good company. I like being around Avalanche and Chainlink. Of course, price is down, so we'll be near Bitcoin and Ethereum. If it goes back up, which it tends to do historically. But I'm cool in this company. I'm cool. People saying, "Oh, Avalanche, okay, oh, Chainlink, that's a thing," and then, "Oh, HEX, what's that? Oh, blockchain CD, passive income, boom." I like it. Good job, Hex Huddle. Thanks for sharing that. Very cool. Let's see. Just scrolling through chat for a sec. There we go. What is your Q1 2023 strategy?
Oh, hey, thanks for watching. Ted Cash was watching. He watches my stream also, so thank you. Yeah, I appreciate his engagement. So Q1 2023 strategy is it's just DCA. I just DCA into HEX, and I buy stable coins from time to time for PulseChain. I don't know. I actually would want to run that through you. So I haven't really run this through everyone. So I just DCA. I don't, regardless of price appreciation, depreciation. We're down 95%. I think that's a no-brainer. You don't want to run out of money too fast because it might go lower. But so you just set amount, maybe a little more on the dips, but set day of the week. That's how I do it. But in terms of PulseChain, I've been saying it's maybe not good to buy liquid HEX in order to swap for PulseChain because you're at risk of the volatility of the market. So if you would have, let's say, thought HEX was launching in May, when it was like 10 cents or something, your purchasing power would be down like 70%. So I say to have at least some of the money that you plan setting aside for buying PulseChain in stable coins, so you could get the copy, swap it, and you could bridge it in, and you maintain your purchasing power. What do you think about that?
Which reminds me, I had Dixon Piper on the HEX birthday stream, and he was we kind of went over diversification for a second, and I was like, yeah, I'm not a fan of the diversification concept for in general, because it seems diversification is for people who aren't certain, right? So you want to spread things, so if one thing fails, you don't lose it all, this stuff. I'm more of the put all your eggs in one basket, watch it carefully type of thing, which is the RH ecosystem for me. But then you also have DCA, and DCA you could look at as sort of a diversification strategy. You're taking something, you don't know what the price is going to be. So now you're looking at, okay, no matter what it's going to be, I'm going to get this average. I'm going to, I see it's going to be low. So I think it's going to be, I don't know how low it's going to go. So I'm going to buy some more, all that type of stuff. And eventually you think that it's going to average out to be good, goes back up, you win. So I'm more of a fan of that for this, for the DCA part, but also I think the risk though, and something Dixon touched on too, was how, if you're not buying HEX, or if you're not holding HEX now, and maybe you want it if you're thinking about putting into dollars to save it for dry powder, logically, that sounds like you think that HEX is going to go further down, and it's not going to do a run up, which a lot of people suspect it may do when PulseChain is launched. And his idea was, I would feel very bad. I forget the exact quote. He was something like, it's not dumb to, I need to clip it out. It was great. It's great what he said. But essentially he was like, I would feel really bad if I didn't have HEX and it did this, crazy run up. So that's what, maybe keeps him from converting it into dry powder, which we think of as, USDC or cash or something like that. So, or I guess you could also look at dry powder as unstaked HEX if you're okay with it going down further. So I say all that to say that I'm not sure having the coins in USDC is the best play if you believe PulseChain is going to eventually launch, HEX isn't going to go dramatically down further, and you believe that if you think you're not going to be able to catch it when it goes back up, you're not going to be able to just, okay, I'm going to be the guy who times it correctly. When it goes back up, I'm going to sell at the right time. I'm going to buy at the right time. If you don't believe you're that person, I don't know. I personally, I'm not doing, I don't trade much anyways, but I'm not doing anything that would make me have less HEX, I would say, like a significantly less HEX. I'm trying to hang on to what I have because I just don't think I can time it well enough to, and I guess the fear of missing out, like the FOMO of when PulseChain is announced, things like that, there is a chance there is, a run up. And then when PulseChain launches, there is a chance there's a mini bull run. And I don't want to time any of that stuff. So I'm kind of sitting tight, but then also it depends. Do you have more money coming in? Do you have income that you can take from, the real world and put it into crypto? Are you working? Do you have funds like that? Do you have, things coming up that you can sell quickly to put it into things when the opportunity comes? So having dry powder when PulseChain launches is great, but I wouldn't convert my HEX into USDC to then buy PulseChain, or at least I wouldn't do a lot of it. And luckily I'm staked, so I can't do a lot of that. I can't trade away my my financial future. I would rather take assets, other assets, and convert them, or take money from the real world, get it into crypto, because I wouldn't want to live with myself having missed an amazing HEX run up. I would feel much worse about that than losing money from HEX going down further.
Yeah, no. So I buy HEX every week, but I'm saying the money, and with that I stake it. But the money that I want to delegate for buying PulseChain when it launches, like percentage of income and money that I set aside, the way I'm thinking is that there will be a run up at launch. But like, for example, the example I give is May. Everyone was buying HEX for May and it didn't happen. And now we're down 70%. So I don't know if the run up, is going to.
Do you believe that's going to happen again though?
I think there's going to be a run up, but is it going to close the gap? You know what I mean? Like, is it going to go back up to 10 cents right away when I want to buy it? So I don't know. So I kind of do both, but I don't know. Cause like if you were in liquid HEX, and that's not to say you should liquidate your HEX for stables, but new money coming in and money that you want to set aside for buying PulseChain. I don't know if it's the best idea just because, HEX could drop another 50%, you know what I mean? And then you have half the buying power. So I think sort of like some both.
I think that's the risk I'm okay with though. I'm okay. I would feel worse. I would feel worse if HEX ran up crazy than losing 50% or even losing another 75% of the HEX value. But then having to wait until
But then you only get to buy 75. You only get 25% of the PulseChain that you would have gotten. That's really the thing. So if you plan on
I don't know, but if it goes back up, then if it drops, and then PulseChain launches and it goes back up, then you may be getting five more times more.
No, so it could go either way. So I just think I don't want to like risk it too much. So I think maybe 50-50. But I don't know. I guess it's
a different individual. You have a different downside risk. I think you're looking at the downside part, but I cannot forgive myself if I miss that HEX run up. So fair. It can go down as far as it needs to go. If it can go sub penny, I believe that when PulseChain starts, when the storm starts brewing, that I'll get that back and more. That's what I believe.
All right, fair enough.
But if you're selling crypto right now for USDC, I hope whatever you're spending it on is worth it because we are not at all-time highs.
It's true.
I'll say that. Good question. Thanks, Ted Cash, for hopping over here too. How'd you know Fuhrer was going to be here? Did he message you? How'd you know? Or
I told everyone to hop on this stream.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You were the surprise guest. I'm just kidding. I never make that clear, and everyone always announce it anyways. It's kind of it's not a real surprise anyways.
Sorry.
It's my marketing technique. No, it's not a real surprise. Don't worry.
I told them not to tell anyone. It's just like
he told just Ted Cash. Everyone on Twitter, don't tell anyone else. Just scrolling. Got a lot of people in the chat saying a lot of stuff. I'm just trying to look for questions. Oh, Hodl says Yahoo HEX also ranked higher. Okay.
Oh, nice. Baby.
Nice. Maybe the world's waking up. Yeah. Richard Schooler, I like it, is going to school Elon in crypto. I hope they actually say words to each other. And I think Richard would win no matter what happens.
Richard always wins.
He does. I love Elon. I love everything he's about. I support his mission. I wish he was more into longevity, whatever. I wish Richard did some other small other things too, but I'm like, whatever. It doesn't make me not like the guy. So I think Elon's one of my favorite people on this planet. And of course, Richard's there too. So those two people talking, it's an exciting conversation.
Yeah, and I don't like that he wasn't on the Sam Bankman-Fried space either. Like they were having this like cross-examiner from intelligence. Like, and listen, I'm not trying to say he's not good at what he does, but he doesn't understand crypto the way that Richard Hart understands crypto. So it's going to be very difficult to make Sam look bad if you're sort of a crypto. If you're like a crypto noob, so to speak, someone who's not so fluent in blockchain technology and exchanges and how they work, it's like you're going to be the guy trying to trip him up. It wasn't good. We needed Richard there. It would have been like another one of it was like the Craig Wright moment or whatever. It's the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Could have had another one of those.
Dude, having Richard do a SBF with having a Craig Wright moment, that'd be something else.
Oh yeah.
PulseBaiter, USDC won't get a copy more than likely, but you will supposedly be able to bridge your existing USD. Well, you'll get a copy, which just won't be. It probably won't be worth much, I imagine.
He's saying that they're going to admin key it. I think he's saying they're going to admin key it, but I don't think they're going to admin key it, and I definitely don't because they didn't admin key ETH POW or other fork ETH EW, I don't know, whatever. They didn't admin key those, and even if you want to say they're going to admin key it, I don't know if they're going to admin key it quick enough, like that you're not going to have any time to get to swap the copy.
Well, let's say they don't even do anything, and then people are just, I guess, is the logic the more that's bridged over, the better for price? Is that like what people are trying to go for? Is trying to pump USDC on PulseChain? I don't know what the strategies are.
Yeah, I mean if the stable coins are, I don't know. If the stable coins are bridged over, it's definitely good for price because that's more US dollar value being put on the exchanges and more HEX being taken off or more PulseChain being taken off. So, I mean, that goes for any stable coin, including the native to PulseChain ones. So,
LP providers would not want the fixer block to dilute them either when HEX liquidity is removed from a side. Yeah, that's a good question. That's something I've been talking about for months. I think with David Feeder, I first talked about that in probably mid-May. When the HEX liquidity, and liquidity is going to be very volatile when around this happening because they don't want to get diluted. They're going to take them off, all that stuff. Is that good or bad for price? If you're trying to, I'm trying to think. If there's no liquidity and you can't sell, I guess if there's no liquidity on that side, you can't sell. Then I don't know. Also, can you buy though? Like, is there going to be plenty on that side? Maybe I could either see that as being like the craziest HEX run up ever or just like sideways.
He's saying that they're going to remove the P HEX from the sell side.
Yeah, because they don't want to. So when the fixer bot goes, it's going to buy up all the cheap pulse. It's been a long time since I went through the scenario of how this works, but buy up all the coins and stuff. So PulseChain can be the native. It can be the market maker, and we can have our own market maker and stuff. So it doesn't like murder the price because everything is like 1/1,000,000th. Right?
Yeah.
What it should be.
So it's going to be okay. So they're going to take the other side off. So they're not going to add PulseChain. They're going to remove the other side.
Well, everything's getting diluted, so they're trying to take everything off the exchanges. The bot's supposed to take off buy all the cheap stuff to essentially fix all the ratios because otherwise it would all be messed up at launch.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, it's either going to be the volatility is going to be crazy when liquidity gets removed. I'd like to see previous examples of when this happens, but I think it's special for HEX's case because it's getting removed for a new chain launch at a time when people are probably going to want to buy it to get their copy. That's one scenario at least. I don't know. I think that's hard to predict.
Yeah, that's why I say I don't like people that have ratio trading strategies. It's like too many unknown unknowns. Just DCA into the asset of your choice, in my opinion, not financial advice.
HODL's got some hopium though. When there are no asks, the price goes towards unlimited. Ooh, I think we all certainly hope that happens. We hope HEX goes to $10.
Well, I mean, there gets a point where people are going to sell, right? So I'm saying the people holding are going to throw their HEX on the market.
Are you saying markets are rational?
Well, let's not get too crazy. But yeah, no, it's what he's saying is true. In theory, it's going to be good, hopefully.
I'm sorry, Paladin. I thought you were talking about us. I was like, I read it first as, did we learn anything from this conversation? But he's talking about, did we learn anything from that conversation? The Twitter Spaces. I was like, Paladin, I thought you were a good guy. I saw you write some good comments before. We saw people super smart. I didn't really listen to all the space. I just listened to a few minutes of it because I didn't hear Richard talking, so I didn't find I was going to get much out of it if the guy who I wanted to talk wasn't talking. I don't know. What did you get anything? Did you listen to it for any period of time?
Once I heard that he left, I guess he's saying that that like these crypto guys threw Richard Hart off, so they're clearly not super smart about free speech and things like that. So,
did Richard delete that tweet though? I don't get it. He said he never deletes tweets, so that doesn't even make sense that he would delete it. He's literally said many times he never deletes tweets. So, and I've seen him write some tweets that like you messed up something that, you know, you could like literally just cosmetically remove and tweet again. But you know. Sam is commie crypto. All right, she's capitalist crypto. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Yeah,
they're definitely polar opposites. One's for complete, you know, middleman third party, and one's for, you know, no middleman decentralization. So
yep, one's for no sucking middleman D. We like that one. What's up, Sandy? Welcome.
Yeah, you know what I call Simon Dixon. I call him Simon. What is it?
No, I know where this is going. I think
Simon Suck Middleman Dixon.
You know, you could say that, and then because it's a pun, and then you're not really saying it. So you're not really saying the words, but you're saying it. So I like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't get in trouble.
No, I don't think I can get in trouble. I don't monetize. So like, what can, unless like some crazy stuff happened, and then I guess I get a strike or something. But no, you can. I think you can say dicks and stuff. It's fine.
All right.
And you didn't say dicks. You said Dixon. So it's even better.
It's true. It's true. Middleman Dixon.
Somebody was on, I forget how was Middleman Dixon. So I was interviewing somebody, and they kept saying something over and over. I'm like, God, please. It was some word, and I don't remember what it was. It was some word. And I was just like, it's not even good in the context anymore. I'm like, why do you keep saying it? So I cringed one time a long time ago. I can't remember what the word was.
I'm not going to try and guess.
Yeah, let's not guess. Chat, do not guess either.
Hey,
does he? See, I don't know. I would like to see some references on that because I haven't seen that happen myself. Yes, sir, AP. When I see AP, I think of Associated Press. So you look very official with that PulseChain logo too. So you're the best AP. Bigfoot. Oh God, Paladin put it in there. That's fine. Yeah, anybody got anything, chat? We're gonna wrap up here in a sec. Get your questions in. Oh, here we go. CryptoFoot. When HEX LP is removed before the fork, price should. Yeah, I mean that's what we hope. That's what we hope. I mean, I don't.
They're gonna remove it on the Ethereum side.
Yeah, because they would need to remove it before the fork, because once the fork happens, then it's on the PulseChain side. So they would need to remove it right before then. So it's gonna be crazy. But does that mean price go crazy? I hope so. I don't want to set any expectations even in my own head. I want to be like, I'm going to be watching it very carefully, but I don't want to be like, oh, HEX to $1. Like I'm not planning for that, but wouldn't it be nice if HEX did skyrocket during that time? And it just keeps going like this. It goes up and then, okay, let's take a break. Oh, you can't see it. Goes up, take a break. Okay. And then go up. Oh, okay. PulseChain launch. Oh, okay. Like that would be the dream. And hopefully dreams come true in 2023. I certainly hope so.
Oh yeah.
Anything else, man? Oh my God, I got the D jokes in the chat now. You started.
Yeah.
Sporting Goods. Yes, there is Dick Sporting Goods. That's true. Every time I see their name, I'm like, why'd you name it that? I'm sure they were like incorporated in 1950 or something when that was.
Yeah. It's a good place. I go there. Good stuff.
They do have good deals. That's true.
Yeah, they got everything.
Got a couple questions before we head off. PulseChain delegated POC or Casper with this new phone. I don't know. What's whatever ETH 2.0 has got going on at the time that it launches is what he'll go with. Is there a choice? Do we have a choice between Casper or not right now? I don't know. Good question. I don't know. Do you guys like Internet Money Wallet or RX? I have not used either one. I don't know. Have you getting experience with either one?
No, I like the Richard Hart wallet that's gonna come soon.
Being a RH Maxi, I prefer everything Richard builds. But he said there's gonna be a wallet. Will he build it? Will he look at community projects and say, hey, I like this one?
No, he's absolutely gonna build it, because think about the sacrifice, like how much it raised last time, like. And I think he's going to wait, obviously, till the bull market, because the sacrifice will raise a lot more. But I don't think he's going to miss out on that. If you ask me,
I'm okay locking up more HEX, because every sacrifice phase we lock up a ton more HEX. I'm okay
Yeah.
locking up more HEX. Anything that locks up more HEX, that's why I love Maximus product so much. Anything that locks up more HEX, oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it should have a coin. I'll say that. I mean, does it need a coin? Can it just burn PulseX or something? I don't know. But
yeah, I think it's gonna have a coin though. Because
Yeah,
I mean, you can't have a sacrifice without a coin. But...
I don't know. We invented sacrifices. Maybe we'll invent some other. I'm gonna go through the thesaurus and figure out another word for sacrifice. Have you guys hedged your bets and bought a bag load of cheap XW and staked it? Well, I don't talk about my bags. Yeah, okay. I'd say I don't talk about my bags, but I'm not sure how, especially when PulseChain launches, I'm not sure how great HEXW and Hex
Fair. Hex Fair
is Hex Fair. Yeah, I'm not sure how much, how many people are going to be super into them. I think they were definitely. I mean, you look at the charts, you see what's going on. So maybe they'll come back. Hopefully, there's I don't want to see cheap X anywhere either. But how much interaction, how many people, how much community is going to be on that side? I hope Hexkins who bought it do well. Certainly.
Yeah.
TBD.
And listen, we got our copies, so I mean, it can't hurt if it does well. But I mean, it's like Richard already said he doesn't think it's a good idea, and also with that money that I'd be buying it, I could just buy Hex on ETH, which I don't think you get a copy of HEXW, but you get a copy of Hex on Ethereum. So that's my bet.
We were forking Ethereum, so yeah, you won't get the copy. So it's going to take a lot. That could take a lot of the air out of the other ones too. So careful if you're on the other chains that aren't likely to be the main chains going forward. Wallet being released when? I don't know. We got to launch PulseChain first, I imagine. Yeah. Tomorrow, Richard's like, PulseChain wallet.com, pulsewallet.com. I'll be like, oh my God, this is that. No, that would never happen. That would be terrible.
Time to sell the house. Time to sell the house.
Yeah,
honey,
literally.
We're going to have to leave.
We need call the mortgage guy. Well, it should have a token. It should be. Yeah, I was gonna say it could be. I don't know. Is it sacrifice phase? Yeah, you kind of gotta have a token too, but who knows? I just want to lock up more Hex. That's all I got. All right, everyone. I'm gonna go eat some lunch. So excellent conversation as usual, Furu. Everyone murdered all the likes. Appreciate it, Paladin. Hit all the buttons. Go follow at Furu Finance on Twitter, Furu Finance on YouTube. He's been putting out a lot of stuff. He's been following the clip strategy. He's been seeing a lot of clips from the streams.
I'll tell you, this is my advice for all Hex YouTubers. It's not financial advice, nor is it legal advice. But if you, a lot of people they do streams and they cover things other than Hex. Meaning, like I covered the ECB, the European Central Bank, saying that Bitcoin was going to go to zero. I covered the interest rate hikes, inflation. I covered FTX, and like if you clip those and you get it on the thumbnail, then the algorithm is going to serve you to people that are outside of the Hex community. So I think, yes, I like doing PulseChain and PulseX thumbnails and clips because my engagement lights up like a Christmas tree. But at the same time, you don't want to be an echo chamber. You want to be reaching people from other communities, and I think that is the best way to do it. And yeah, it inevitably grows you by that much more. Yeah, so
that's a good point. Yeah, I think I've tried. I mean, I stay within. When I talk about coins, I almost certainly stay within the ecosystem outside of maybe I talk about Ethereum or Bitcoin, something like that. But I see myself, especially the last few months, trying to make the titles attractive to not generic, but attractive to other communities, or maybe it's about Hex, but the point is passive income. So I'll say here's how to make passive income in crypto, stuff like that, just so people don't see it. Maybe they don't like Hex or whatever, so they won't click on it, but maybe they like passive income. So they click on, oh, it's about Hex, but I actually learned something on this one. And then, or if they see the word Hex and they don't know anything about it, they think it's a video specifically on Hex. Doesn't have to be, it could be a clip on passive income, which mentions Hex. So yes, that's a great strategy. Try to, what I do is I still, cover this ecosystem, but we talk about a lot of other things or things that could be parlayed into content or thumbnails or titles that would be attractive to broader ecosystem of markets and even outside of crypto. So I agree with that advice. Very good stuff. Although, yeah, I will say every time I put PulseChain in the title, yeah,
I know.
But it's like I can't. So I try to keep it cleaner for my viewers though too. Like I know, or at least I feel like I don't want people to just see PulseChain every single day. Like I don't want to put out a PulseChain video every single day. So I try to like mix it up. I try to put Hedron in there. I try to put broader crypto stuff, PulseChain, HEX, Richard Hart. I try to keep it fresh for the subs.
So. But that is a testament to how well I believe that PulseChain is going to do, because people are really, really engaged with it. So that is good.
People are engaged to PulseChain. There you go.
Yeah. Get on the knee. Get on the knee.
Yeah, with a ring. With a ring. Please marry me. 2023 PulseChain. We'll get married, hopefully. All right, man. Anything else? What's the last words before we wrap up? I just 100% uptime.
100% uptime. I really appreciate you having me on. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Of course, man. Of course. Good to see you, and everyone. Go check out Furu's stuff. Great streamer in our community. Doing some clips. Clips are good. I like clips. That's my strategy. So he's deploying as well. And what we got? So I think I got a stream on Wednesday. I want to say with somebody. So take a couple days off. I'll be back pumping out some more content. I will say every single day you get clips at least until I run out. But if I keep doing streams, I don't seem to run out, do I? So there we go. # strategy. All right. If you're just tuning in, check the replay. # replay gang. It's always fun. And we are out.